What's up, maniacs? My name is Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac, if you will. And today we are talking about AEW Dynamite. It was the show straight after All Out that we got on the weekend, and we got a very big debut. The debut we've probably all been waiting for since about April times. It has come. So if you want to hear all about the new debutant on AEW Dynamite, then stay tuned. Right here at WrestleManiac UK, I discuss everything that is WWE and AEW. So if this sounds like the place for you, make sure you click the subscribe button and make sure you click the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into the review. Right, so I'm jumping straight to the debut segment of the show. Kip Sabian had come out last week on All Out on the pay-per-view and said that he is going to let us know who the best man is going to be for his wedding when he gets married to Penelope Ford. Now, a lot of people online were obviously putting their 2 pence in, saying who they think it's going to be. And to be fair, a lot of people did mention Miro, formerly known as Rusev in the WWE. Obviously, he has been sitting at home for a long time, keeping us entertained on Twitch, but sitting at home because he would have a 90-day no-compete clause since when he was released back in April, I believe it was, at WWE. And I was hoping, man, I hope it's not Miro. As much as I want to see this guy in AEW, I want to see him pushed from the beginning as a top star. Because guys, if you remember, for those of you that watch WWE, when he was first brought in at WWE, he was a big thing. He was a pretty big thing, had a bit of an undefeated streak, had a great United States Championship run, you know, faced John Cena at his first WrestleMania, I'm pretty sure. Rusev was something, and then in his later days at WWE, he became a bit of this comedy act and stuff, and he can do the comedy stuff really well. That's not even an issue, but it's not where he should be. And after a couple people coming out thinking that they were the best man, Brian Pillman Jr. included, Kip Sabian finally revealed it was Miro as the best man. And as happy as I was to see him, and he looks great, I love the look of the blonde hair, he's still got the beard, got the short hair, he looks massive, you know, he's been looking good anyway on Twitch. You knew he's been in shape and getting ready for his next move. I was just a bit like, they've put him back basically where he was for WWE, a bit of a kind of joke, man. And the promo he gave when he came out, the intensity was there, mixed with a bit of jokes, but I want Miro to really be a machine and really come in at the top end of the card. I know a lot of people will still say, you know, this is another WWE guy that they're pushing hard, pushing to be a champion, probably will get a championship, but you need it right now. You're a new company, yeah? So let people cut out all that nonsense. But Miro is in All Elite, he is All Elite, and he said this is the home of the elite, so very much already ingrained, and it's definitely going to be a fan's favorite. They were shouting Miro Day up in the stands for the fans that were in attendance, so definitely happy to see him. I wish he could have been put into something more prominent and not this kind of comedy or mid-card angle with Kip Sabian, but we'll see where it goes. But Miro, formerly known as Rusev, is All Elite. Something else I quite enjoyed on the show this week was Matt Hardy coming out and giving him the mic to literally address everything that happened on Saturday. And he did deliver a really heartfelt promo, a heartfelt apology, saying basically in not so many words that, yeah, I was out, I'm a lucky man, and maybe I shouldn't have continued the match. And I know you guys as wrestling fans, I know my family, they were really worried, you know, when we saw what we saw on TV. And he was apologizing that, you know, basically I put you guys all through that. And he did just kind of make reference to the Sammy Guevara feud is done. Sammy Guevara himself apparently is out injured. That might just be to sell, you know, the big bump he took at All Out. But Matt Hardy basically said that he's gonna come back when he is fit and chase down the singles glory, look for a championship. So I wish him all the best. He looks like he probably still has a bit to do in terms of recovery, just keep him off TV, resting for a bit. But yeah, it was just really refreshing to come out and own up to, you know, we got it wrong this time, guys, and I know you were all worried, and that's why everyone was probably so vocal about it. But yeah, I'm sorry, AEW, I'm sorry. It was a bit of an apology on behalf of everyone involved, which I appreciate. So yeah, like I said in my All Out review, I just hope he recovers well. So I'm gonna run through all the matches and the happenings of the show right now. Before I do, guys, if you're enjoying this review, please click the thumbs up button, give us a like. It's thoroughly appreciated right here at WrestleManiac UK, and it does loads for the channel, so hit the thumbs up button. First match on the card, we got the Lucha Bros versus Jurassic Express, a very high speed octane match, I'm sure you can all imagine. Lucha Bros didn't win here. Do Lucha Bros ever win? Like, they should be so much higher and doing so much more important things, in my opinion, than what they are doing. And it always just seems they're in losing efforts. I mean, they did lose at the hands of their own. Pentagon accidentally gave Rey Fenix a Canadian destroyer before the finish of the match. So after the match, Rey Fenix and Penta were kind of going at one another. Eddie Kingston obviously got into the ring with Butcher and Blade. It was trying to squash their beef. It looked like Penta wasn't going to squash it, wasn't going to shake the hand of his brother. Eventually he came around and shook his hand, but it just was a bit of a, like, okay, they're telling the story here, and clearly Eddie Kingston is the glue in all of this, but it's just really baffling to me as to why they are really not being pushed. I mean, you could argue the same for the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks haven't really climbed to that kind of tag team success just yet, but at least they win matches. Like, Lucha Bros just don't win enough matches, in my opinion. We had Orange Cassidy defeat Angelico. Angelico usually in a tag team, but basically fed to Orange Cassidy here. They really seem to be putting some steam behind Orange Cassidy, giving him a few wins. Obviously, he's beaten Jericho on 2 occasions now. He's now got another win on Dynamite this week against Angelico. And Orange Cassidy's looking good. I'm still kind of wondering what his ceiling could be. Definitely a future TNT champion, I would say. Obviously, Jericho has said that he is a main eventer now because he's main evented shows with Jericho and comments like that, but I don't quite think he's main event level. Definitely TNT champion, but I want to see them continue build him up, and maybe he gets a shot at the TNT championship. That would be quite interesting to see. We had Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss take on Chris Jericho and Hager. This was a no disqualifications match, anything goes sort of thing. Of course, in this match it was always going to be Joey Janela that takes the biggest and roughest bump, and he basically got some type of slam or some type of power bomb, I can't quite remember what it was, by Jake Hager off the stage area through a table. So that looked pretty rough. Sonny Kiss had a pretty impressive performance in this match. I was quite impressed by the stuff that it was being pulled out by Sonny Kiss, and unfortunately it looked like when Sonny Kiss was about to capitalize, Jericho sprayed him in the face with the fire extinguisher. Sonny Kiss came off the top rope. Jake Hager, in some type of modified looking rock bottom kind of move, put away Sonny Kiss. And then after the match, Jericho kind of declared him and Jake Hager are going to kind of go together as a tag team, climb up the rankings and look to get a tag team title shot. So it looks like Jericho's next aim in AEW is to put over a couple tag teams, give them a good showing and make them look strong. Jericho is on a real mission to push forward all the younger talent, and I can't fault him for it. He's just somebody that really gets this business and gets that, you know, you can't be around forever, so you've got to start developing and putting forward these next upcoming guys, and it's really admirable to see. Gonna quickly run over some promo segments that we got in between. We had Jon Moxley deliver a promo acknowledging that, yeah, Lance Archer is next, and Jon Moxley, Lance Archer is going to be on the anniversary show of AEW Dynamite October 14th. So that is going to be a massive match, and I'm sure that whole card is going to be like a little mini pay-per-view, so looking forward to that already. We had a segment with MJF backstage. He looks like he's binned off his entire cabinet and this whole presidential campaign sort of thing. So he got rid of everyone, sacked everybody, said it's all over, and looked like he was nearly about to fall out with Wardlow because Wardlow stepped up to him. Wardlow decided to rein it in a bit, and he told Wardlow, look, we have to regroup and we have to go again. So maybe they're beginning to plant the seeds for Wardlow to turn on MJF. We'll see. But yeah, it said that we're going to get MJF in action on the show next week, so look forward to that as well. FTR had a segment in the ring where they were doing a tag team celebration, celebrating obviously them winning the championships. However, they were just kind of dissing the other tag teams around the ring at the time until Jurassic Express stepped into the ring and kind of confronted them. Next week we're going to get FTR versus Jurassic Express on the show, and if Jurassic Express win, they're gonna get a title shot. In what I've been waiting to see for a very long time, Kenny Omega had an interview with JR where he basically said, I'm not gonna repair with Adam Page and go back for the tag team championships. I've got other stuff to do, I've got other fish to fry. People came here expecting to see Kenny Omega become a single star, carry this company on my back, and now that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of focus on my singles career, which is music to my ears. That is where Kenny Omega should be, and I can't wait to see the matches we're gonna get from here on out. However, Adam Page, on the other hand, he had an interview with Tony Schiavone basically saying that, yeah, you know, we've had our differences, him and Kenny Omega, but we have to regroup and go back after the tag team championships. So both men basically on two different roads. Kenny Omega has his plan, Adam Page has his plan, and even the Young Bucks that were mentioned are kind of just going rogue and look a bit wild and mad and crazy. So gonna be very interesting to see how the Elite all come back together, if that is on the cards or not. We had Tay Conti, who this was her first official AEW match as a signed competitor, take on Nyla Rose, the #1 contender for the Women's Championship. And Nyla Rose got a pretty straightforward win here after like a powerbomb kind of move as the finish. After the match, it looked like Nyla Rose wanted to continue a beat down on Tay Conti when Hikaru Shida came out and kind of put that to a stop, came out pointing her kendo stick at Nyla Rose. So maybe we're gonna get Shida versus Nyla Rose again very soon for the Women's Championship. In the main event, we had the TNT Championship on the line. Mr. Brody Lee was defending against Dustin Rhodes. Obviously, they had a little coming together at All Out on the weekend. This match was competitive, and it kind of surprised me because obviously Brody Lee squashed Cody. Yes, there was the whole Cody's tired running the business, he's an executive and he's wrestling. There was that whole angle, and maybe that's what led to the squash. But yeah, I did think this match was way more competitive than the Cody one, and maybe the Cody one should have been more competitive. However, Brody Lee retained with his finishing move, the lariat, put away Dustin Rhodes, and Brody Lee is looking really strong. They are building him and the Dark Order up quite nicely, and I'm looking forward to this run that we've got with Brody Lee as the TNT champion. After the match, the whole Dark Order came out to celebrate and congratulate him, and when Colt Cabana came out, Brody Lee was still furious at obviously Colt Cabana losing the match for them at All Out on the weekend, pushed Colt Cabana out the ring, told him to go away. Evil Uno kind of escorted Colt Cabana away from the whole celebration. So it's gonna be interesting to see, are they gonna be kind of destroyed from within with Colt Cabana? Not that he's really ingrained with the Dark Order, but he has been rolling with them. So maybe we're building up to Colt Cabana versus Brody Lee for the TNT Championship. Not that I think Colt Cabana should win or will win, but it would be a nice story to kind of tell. So guys, that is my AEW review. We got the debut of Miro. Brilliant debut. Not where I would like to see him right off the bat, but he's here and he is all elite. We got Kenny Omega also saying, look, I'm back in the singles division. So he is hopefully going to be chasing down titles before too long. And I think a few matches have been set up for next week, and probably feuds going forward for whatever the next big pay-per-view is going to be. So AEW coming strong out of All Out, and at least the short-term future is looking really good. Guys, if you enjoyed this review, please hit the thumbs up button and give us a like. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.